Hey guys, how you doing? This is Wilmer from Cadence Radio. Yes, it's been a minute. I know I've been on hiatus for a little bit of time. It's been about 3 weeks maybe since my last podcast or video vlog, whatever you call it. But I just want to let you guys know. Hope everybody's doing good and hope everything is going great with you. Surprise, surprise, we're almost halfway through the year already, man. Wow. 2019 has been a blur, really. I'm a dad now, so everything is all meshed together. It's like a vortex now. But I want to give you guys an update on what I'll be working on in the coming years. What I want you all to do is really, really look. I know lots of people don't like foreign politicians, but there's a lot of information which has come out. The biggest thing is, of course, the Russia hoax, which basically, with Mr. Trump, it was determined that he didn't collude or he didn't obstruct or anything like that with the 2016 election, which was a big joke that could happen. I think it's just an insult to the people of the United States who voted for this person, who vote for him and want to change in their country, and then you got this corrupt establishment. I'm not gonna really blame the Democrats. I'm not really gonna blame Republicans. There is a cancer within those two parties who scratches each other's back on side to side, and they infiltrated both those parties, and they want to take power. Basically, that's the number one thing, and these people are being exposed big time. And these guys, this syndicate is worldwide. It's not only in the United States. The reason why you hear lots of politics in the United States, and I'm in North America, is because, yeah, of course, it's getting played out. It's getting played out to the max, and you see these people being exposed big time. You know who the players are on each side. They're coming out, and basically it's a war. It's a war. It's a war on our front too in Canada. I know who's part of that syndicate, and honestly, I think and to tell the truth, with the proof and stuff, I think it is our prime minister. He's part of that syndicate too. Scary because what happened. I don't know if I'll give you a little bit. There's a big scandal going on in Canada about the SLC company in Quebec who was tied to Libyan contracts that were getting money, jobs in Libya, contracts in Libya, which weren't sanctioned by anybody in Canada. And basically, Mr. Trudeau there was taking money from it. He got caught, and he tried to strong arm the Attorney General, which is the Secretary of State in the United States, trying to strong arm her, try to drop these charges and just ignore it. But she didn't back down. She got fired for that. Oh, I think she quit. But that's huge because there was a lot of money being laundered. When I'm doing this research, it goes down deep, and basically what this is tied to, it's tied to the most dirtiest of the dirts. It's tied to people, human trafficking. That's a big one. It's tied to drugs. It's tied to all that, and they just launder this money worldwide, trying to clean it, doing whatever it is. But it's a big money laundering scheme, and we pay for it. Whatever we work, whatever jobs it is, whatever money you make, or whatever money you're putting in and depositing and stuff, they clean it hands down because they're probably making 3 or 4 times what the GDP of our country is. I'll tell you that there's a debt of 21 trillion in the United States, and basically that debt is probably owned by most of the syndicate. And same here. I think we're about billions of dollars, but it's usually what that is, and it's scary. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. What I think is once these people get exposed up in the United States, it's going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down hard. And my couple podcasts I did from before, I talked about Russia and how Putin came into power, and he actually kicked these oligarchs out of his place. And you can see Russia is really prospering, and the third largest economy in the world, but it's mostly nationalized, and they don't have people skimming off the top because he kicked all those bankers out. Same with us. We need to do that. I don't know if it's bankers, but it's a dirty game, and you're gonna see a lot of people go down in the States. You're gonna see a lot of people go down up here. There are cleanup crews. I know that there was a big philanthropist who got murdered about 2 years ago. He was a big drug czar. I think he owned some vaccination drug. I forget his name. I don't know. Research it. The case is still open. They said it was a murder case, but they can't find anything. But I think that he was part of this scheme. But you're gonna see a lot of people go down. They knew Mr. Trump wasn't part of them. I think he got recruited by the very people who've been fighting this syndicate probably for years now, for decades even, fighting this syndicate to take him down. And it's gonna happen. So people just get ready. Get ready for it, because it's going to affect us in a very big way. Life as we know it, I don't know, it's going to change in the next couple of years, maybe next 10 years. And I'm going to I'm going to repeat this one more time. Like, honestly, I might go out of the woodworks for this one, but there was this YouTube video I watched about 5 years ago. Not even. I think, was it 5? Oh, no. It was way. Yeah, 5 years ago. About, I think his name, Alan Belak. He was a time traveler. Basically, he was part of the Philadelphia Project. And he recorded this video back in 1993. And he was dying, I think, and he wanted to come out and tell his story about how he time traveled, and it was part of the Philadelphia experiment. Long story short, he says that he got transported to 2300, the year 2300, and he didn't leave anything, but he was in hospital bed because he was badly burnt and from this time experience, and they brought him back and they're telling him, and it's like everything was so different. But when he was watching the TV, and it was like a history channel, and he's watching the history channel, and he says that he called the George Bush election. He says that in 2001, there was gonna be an election which would go to the Supreme Court because it wasn't fair, and he's like a son of the former president is going to become is going to become the president of the United States. But I'll fast forward this to 2020. He says that something happened in the year 2020. It said that there was a huge a huge martial law in the United States. It was massive arrests at that time in 2020, and basically the government took these some people over, and it basically split the country in half. So you could basically live in the confines of this new society, or you can basically leave. So basically, half the people left, half the people lived in the society, and they said that basically the society was pretty much self-sustaining and all that stuff. And also, they had a history. They said New York, something happened to New York. You know, like all the ruins were in New York. And there was a museum in New York City, and basically there were like tours saying that this is how people lived back in the day or whatever like that. But I think he was talking about the people who were touring in 2300, I guess. I don't know if I lost you guys, but all in all, now getting back to here to our timeline. Lots of people, the people I've been talking YouTube who've been researching, are saying that there's a massive, like, I'll give it a Jordan Sather, Corey Good, David Wilcock. I can keep on going, but they said that, and yeah, like if you look at it, SGT Report X22, QAnon. They're talking about these sealed indictments, and they're up to about 50,000 or more sealed indictments. These indictments have been opened up because there's been a lot of arrests in the last 6 months or so. The NXIVM sex cult is one of the biggest ones no one's talking about, because these guys were intertwined with one of the most famous people, and actually with the Democratic Party. They've been giving money out. And they're coming, and some of these cult members, turned state evidence, and they're ratting on each other. Also, the Harris Seagram was part of this sex cult. She actually pleaded guilty, talked that she had like a sex slave in a closet for 2 years, and there was an indictment out on that one. There was an indictment which just happened. This kind of blew me away. There was a Malaysian banker with probably one of the biggest frauds happening, Mr. Low, he's called, and his partner was one of my favorite rap groups of all time, the Fugees, and the dude Pras was in there, and he just got arrested on one of the biggest wire frauds in U.S. history, man. And they found out this was linked to Barack Obama re-election campaign, all these illegal finances. So it's coming. So to bring it all around, what Wade Belak is talking about, I'm seeing it like this is, I think, coming from at this time. From May, I say up to November 2020, I think we're going to see a lot of people being arrested and a lot of trials going down. And if you guys are following the news with James Comey, he's going around trying to say that it's okay to plant informants in people's parties and stuff. This is ridiculous, man. That's election tampering. You cannot do that. Even a very, very smart person would know it. And lots of people in CNN will be going down too. So trying to put these people on the podium so they can tell the story or tell the lies so they can save their bacon in the long run. But it's not going to happen. And hopefully we get our prime minister there being walked off there too, because he has stolen so much from Canada. You know, his foundation is worth, I don't know how much it is. They launder money. He's part of some very nefarious characters, and it's just it's just an octopus on my way from it. I know that I know his foundation is linked to the Clinton Foundation, which is one of the worst foundations of all time. They bankrupted Haiti. They killed they killed the leader in Libya and made that into a slave colony, basically. Same with Haiti. They siphoned all that money out, and they just gave them a soccer field for $10 million, while they laundered about $2 billion. So these people are sick, and they need to be stopped. And hopefully, that's just the beginning. And hopefully it does happen. But what I'm working on, I met up with this dude, it's my wife's friend, my wife's friend's husband. Me and him got in a conversation, talked for about 2 hours. And I've been telling him a little bit of this and stuff. So he'll be coming onto my podcast here soon. And we're just going to sit here and just conversate. And hopefully lay some good facts and good truths to you. Am I jaded about this stuff? I'm just getting sick and tired just seeing these people walking on the street. I'm doing something about it. That's why I'm doing these podcasts. That's why I want to give you guys these research. I know I sit here and rant, do whatever I got to do, but I want to contribute and just let you know what's up. I'm not taking any sides. I'm not doing any of that, but I am taking a side. I'm taking the side of good, taking the side of truth. That's what I'm going to be taking. And the truth is, these people are going to be stopped. And when it does happen, it'll be a glorious day. So I'm going to keep this short. It's only about 17, 18, 20 minutes. But look out for me. I'm sorry for the hiatus there, but look out for me. I'll be getting some good guests around, and then we will continue this conversation. Cadence Radio, Uma, I'm out. Peace.